Minasan, konnichiwa. I had to look down at my clock. I was like, wait, what time is it? What's up, everybody? It's Black Sun here, coming to you live for another video from my studio. So I thought I'd do a fun little video today on this little guy right here. I don't remember if I've done a video on this or not, but as a guitar YouTuber, as a guitarist, a guitar player, the YouTube part is just a byproduct of years of study, I guess. I wanted to talk about the importance of having a travel guitar. So my main guitar is a black LTD with gold trim. It's got two DiMarzio pickups in it, and the bridge position is a Super Distortion 100. Not on this guitar, my black one. It's in my room. And then up here is a Fred Red distortion pickup, like by DiMarzio. So my pickups are really hot because I like really crispy mids. Not too crazy trebles because it hurts the ears, but good bass, but not so much bass that it overwhelms the mids, because in my opinion, I really feel like the mids are probably the most important to me in my sound. I like a really crisp tone. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this guitar because it's really great to have a travel guitar, because this will fit in an overhead compartment on an airplane, which is super huge. It's very lightweight, easy to transport. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So out of the box, this guitar, I think I paid, I want to say $199 for it, maybe $170, I can't remember, but I got it in red. As you can see, it plugs into an amplifier here, but I actually don't use this plugged in like ever, because it just doesn't really need to be plugged in really. But I just sit up here in my studio and kind of noodle around on finger exercises, keep my chops up as I'm studying Japanese or a little bit of Spanish, or working on another art painting, like an illustration. The action feels really good. So out of the box, the action was a little bit high, which you can kind of expect with products like these, because they're just kind of not looked after very well, I guess you could say. Like little details like that, it's not, for $299 it's not going to be perfect out of the bag, right? So first thing I did was I took it to my guitar shop and I had him file down the nut here, and this is a plastic nut. I messed around with the idea of changing it to a bone nut, but I was like, you don't really have to do that really. It's just for practice, right? Like running through modes or arpeggios or whatever you want to practice. Like I'll be up here, I'll just be like, it's got good projection, you know, as you're just ripping it up in your modes, you know. But it sounds good, you know, decent out of the bag. I didn't do anything to the fretboard. I did have the frets filed along the neck because they were a little bit high, so I had him file those down. I do have Ernie Ball Super Slinky 10s on here right now. I have Elixir's 10s on my black guitar, my main guitar that you guys see in my videos. But anyway, I'm just using my .50 millimeter picks by Fender or Tortex or whatever. This little guy comes out. As you can see, this is for your leg. It's got two holes here on the sides. You might be wondering, what the hell is this? Well, out of the bag, this is very light, and when I was playing, it was doing this a lot, like all over the place, and I'm like, I gotta fix this, right? So what I did, you might cringe at this, so I took the strap buttons out, and I put a giant metal stack of plates that I glued the plates together, let them sit overnight, and then I glued it to the actual body of the travel guitar, and then I put a block of steel right up here. So now when it sits in my waist, and like, yeah, it's still kind of, you know, it's not perfect, but now when I'm playing, it doesn't move around everywhere because I have all this counterweight over here. So does it suck that you kind of have to do that? Yeah, a little bit, but honestly, it's better than nothing, right? So anyway, yeah, so when you're tuning this, because the tuning machines are weird, they're wrapped around the bottom here. This is your for your essentially your little pickup, essentially, not really, but so they come around here, and so you got to kind of remind yourself that this is kind of not as intuitive as a regular guitar, because it's kind of backwards. Because I think this side is, when you're tuning this way, will raise the pitch, that way will lower the pitch, and then this way will raise the pitch, that way will lower the pitch on the bottom side here. I still get messed up with that. I always use, when I tune by ear, I just use relative pitch. But if I want to be really, really specific, I use Korg. I've got a Korg tuner with a small patch cord here that I just plug it into the hole right here on the bottom. And this stays in my gig bag for this guitar, because whenever I have my black guitar at home, I always have my amplifier that has a built-in tuner that I can use. So this is primarily just used for this guy in my studio, or when I'm on the road, or on a trip somewhere, or at the library and I'm in a practice room, study room or whatever. So yeah, Korg, Japanese company, love them to death. Let's take a look at the gig bag here, actually. And put my travel guitar right there. Wow. Okay, so when you buy the guitar, mine's customized, of course, but this is your travel guitar. It's by Ultralight, the company. This is what you get out of the box. This is a very simple little cheap gig bag. It's got a strap on it. I've had this on my back the entire day during a bike ride, and it doesn't bother my back at all. Got a little compartment here. I usually keep the metal part that goes on your leg in there. Keep my tuner in there, my pick, and that's about it. But anyway, yeah. So I just saw something on my floor. I thought it was a spider. I was like, oh my god, time to kill it. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, so the Ultralight travel guitar is a fantastic option. It's not bad. It's honestly the best travel guitar I've ever played. It doesn't sound bad when you plug it in, too. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but it sounds pretty clear. There's no distortion unless you run distortion through it on an amp or through a pedal, but that's not really what it's for. It's mainly for just, yeah. Just running through whatever you want to practice. And but yeah, so I just wanted to make this little video pretty short. The neck profile is pretty slim, actually. I'm very pleased with it. It feels a lot like my LTD, my black guitar, my main guitar. It's very slim neck profile here, not too thick, not too slim, but it's just right in the middle, just right. As you guys can see, that it's pretty thin, so that's pretty nice. You can always get your frets filed. I'd recommend this, whatever color you want. Red's my favorite color, so I went with red. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's my review of this travel guitar by Ultralight, and really quick little discussion and breakdown. I hope you guys get one. It's a great way to keep a guitar in your hands all day, and keep you practicing all day. So stay strong out there, brothers. Keep practicing, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Matane.